Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry, where we haven't played Richelieu in a while. And I can't be having with that, especially that my captain just got his APCS skill, so you're gonna see my Richelieu again. If you want it or not. I mean, obviously you can just not watch the video, but my Richelieu obviously goes with main battery reload, precision, and historical camo. So that's one of my favorite ships in the game, to be honest, and one of the ships that I play when things don't go my way and I just need to have some fun. So here's Richelieu with APCS. The first round is Epicenter on Frozen Shelter against Indomitable, oh dear, Amagi, Gascogne, North Carolina, double North Carolina, and a Coronel Bolognese. That means our cargo does have to be a little bit careful, although Indomitable is, if you're lucky, isn't quite as dangerous as other carriers because she doesn't get any torpedoes. That said, you get yourself spotted, even if you're smoking up or not, the dive bombers will always go after you. But they are British level bombers, so with small targets you can get away quite scot-free. So let's hope that the cargo spawning in the center is going after the center cap. I've got Roma there with me, and I am going to, in the Richelieu, always going to take sort of a more conservative position in the beginning, probably around the edge of that little island there, because well, I have a pretty good AA, but this is an Indomitable. The planes are almost indestructible, so cargo, planes, okay, well, he decides that he wants to sail straight into them. Like I said, might work, might not, and it looks like the planes aren't even going after the cargo, so okay. Planes are going after the friendly carrier. Well, interesting choice, but you do you. And obviously, not an awful lot's going to happen in that regard, but cargo has decided, nope, there are planes in the air. Scary, I do not want to do that. And these planes just run into double fighters, plus the carrier AA, plus flying over a light cruiser, and there's barely a scratch on them. Anyway, we've got a Coronel Bolognese to shoot at, so let's begin with that. And I'm in a good position here. That's where I want to be. I don't want to go any closer. Let's get rid of that thing for starters, and until the bots have cleared themselves out. And then hopefully the cargo, who is currently parking, I believe, between the two battleships to defend himself from planes that are not going after him. Well, there's also Gascogne over there. Okay, hopefully the cargo can make himself useful. And I think the cargo has got enough of this. He does not want to be in the capture circles. It's way too dangerous in there. Now, to be fair, at this point there are many cruisers in there as well, so let's get rid of some of them, and then maybe we can find a way to retake the capture circle. And yes, look, I've shot a plane down. I said the AA wasn't bad on this thing. Obvious triple fire, so do have to damage con the triple fire, but waiting until all the wings have come in. If the wings aren't staggered, then you're all good to go. And not too much of a danger of permafire, so we just heal that all back and be good with it. And almost done with the bot Brooklyn. Actually, the Roma takes him out. Okay, next. Who's up next? Amagi? Yeah, Amagi works. Also Gascogne over there, so Gascogne takes it. I could go after the Bolognese, but honestly, if he wants to play, if my cargo wants to commit suicide by light cruiser over there, then be my guest. I'm going to go after the center cap. Okay, team calls out Amagi. I think that's the Roma calling the shots here, so I'm more than willing to cooperate. So we are we're focus firing, and if you're in an Amagi and a Richelieu and a Roma start focus firing you, you're in trouble. Also, nobody seems to be wanting to get the center cap, so well, battleship it is then. So I'm going to go after it. And another salvo out at the Amagi, who has about got enough. Cargo is still trying very hard to commit suicide by light cruiser, and the rest of the team is bimbling about the outside of the map there. So if we are just going to, sit in the middle, I don't really mind that. So another salvo out at the Amagi, and carrier might be busy otherwise, but we can take the Amagi. It's nothing to be worried about. Nothing too much to be worried about. So let's just park in the middle, capture the center cap, and then get our points income. I know where the carrier is. He's still over there with the North Carolina, because I've seen the planes coming out from there. And that Amagi is still alive. It's actually doing the right thing, trying to kite away. It's just a bit late, because that's what that's what the Richelieu does to you with APCS. And I think the carrier has realized that there's a low health battleship to finish up and has gone in. So that's that. Which means North Carolina is next. Yep, I agree. Let's go after the North Carolina. There is that Colonel Bolognese over there somewhere who's finally managed to kill our Kagero and give him his wish. But friendly carrier is now running from the other side. Amagi wants to push. Okay, let's finish up the carrier's on it already. Carrier's got the North Carolina. Okay, Amagi wants to push. All right. Who am I to deny you your wish? I am going to help with AA then, in that case, and see if I can manage to get around. Amagi, you probably want to stop about here. I'm going to give you AA, and the carrier comes after me. That's also not bad, actually. Just ignore my Amagi here, because I can just heal that back, and he hasn't even set a fire. So, Amagi, where are you going? You want to probably not... Okay, Amagi, get out of the way. I'm much better at bow tanking than you are, so you want to be in a kiting position. I'm the one who's supposed to be going in bow first, because I've got almost full hit points. We're down to 2 minutes. We've got a 2-cap advantage, and anyway, carrier now goes after Amagi. Friendly fighters are coming in, and I'm just going to lend some AA. Got nothing else to shoot at. Might as well shoot at the Gascoigne over there. But now it is time to shout very loud and come rushing at the enemy team. This is what you do at the end of a battle in a Richelieu. And how did I overpenetrate most of my shots on the Gascoigne, actually? Can I get around in time to catch the Indomitable? Maybe not. I think my forward turret's not going to clear the island before the Indomitable gets behind it. Yeah, just about not. That's a shame. Anyway, they're all running into each other now, so North Carolina, shots out, and now we can get the secondaries involved as well, and just go in and have some fun here. Obviously fires, so we're damage controlling the double fire, and at this range there might be more fires, but I don't think they can burn me down and before I get to sink everything. So let's finish off the Gascoigne, and then we can either go after the Indomitable or after the North Carolina. Who's the bigger threat at this point? Yeah, let's just go after the North Carolina. Yeah, he's shooting at me. So let's shoot back at him then, and let's see if we can outmaneuver his guns, because he's not in the turn, so we should be able to just get around his guns, get some shots off into the deck armor, and see if we can finish that thing off. A friendly carrier plays with as well, and I think the carrier is going to finish it off. So, yep, there the carrier goes, has killed the North Carolina, which means we now just have the Indomitable left, but I think we're almost out of battle, unfortunately. So I don't think I'm going to get my guns around in time to finish off the Indomitable. But we still have managed to, despite the fact that this wasn't an Indomitable. Come on, can I get the shot? Maybe 1 second left. Oh, just not. But I've shot a fair amount of planes down regardless. And yes, well played, Roma. Good comms and good target synchronization. Focus fire is always great fun. And let's see how far we were from each other in terms of damage dealt. 18 planes, not terrible. Okay, Roma's done a bit more than I have, but well played. Which brings us to the second game, and I would almost say that's a little unfair, because we've got myself and an Atlantico in our team, facing Amagi, Renown, Rook, Hipper, Miyoko, Kagero, and Lightning. Domination on Okinawa. Okinawa, if you remember, has a relatively peculiar setup. You do kind of have to anchor the middle cap, ideally, and then you can dominate the other cap. But most of the time, teams don't play that way. So, still, I'm spawning at B cap, so I can probably poke my nose into B cap and then just go defensive from there, being safe from fire on the right side, and see what I can find to shoot. Ideally, some cruisers, but we'll see where the enemy team is going. Regardless, that edge there, which is inside B cap, that's where I want to go. So let's head over there and see what we can spot. I'm not using the engine boost just yet, because it's not very far away, and I can save up my engine boost for later. If it's not a small map, so I can probably zoom around quite a little bit when in the later stages of the battle. Friendly team. I don't know where the Atlantico is going. But we have found the enemy, Amagi. Hello, Mr. Amagi. Can I introduce you to 381 millimeters of pain? There you go. Who else do we have? Hippa, not a threat. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Renown and Amagi. Okay. So do I have some support here? There is a cruiser behind me, but I'm not sure if he's actually interested. Richelieu is not the most well armored ship, so you do have to be a little careful and manage your hit points. I'm more concerned about Miyoko torpedoes at this stage, and Amagi is kiting away to his credit, so I'm gonna have to deal with Renown first, because who is going in very aggressively. So let's go for the manual aim. Can I get a lucky citadel? And the answer is yes, I can. So I'm still under fire from the Amagi and the Renown, and that is a decent amount of firepower. So right now I'm just using my secondaries to bait the torpedoes out, and then I'm just going to turn around. And once again, aim for the deck, and shots out. Turn. I think he's turning in a little bit too much. Oh, well, just no luck on the citadels, but still a good amount of full pens. Shoots off my guns. He definitely knows what he's doing, but there come the torpedoes that I baited earlier. That's why I've been doing that, because now he's out of torpedoes on this side. These torpedoes have missed me, and now he is in trouble, because he's now also not paying attention on the other side and has just been taken out by the Takao with torpedoes. Thank you very much. I am running a little low on hit points at this point, but we've still got an Amagi to shoot at, so let's just keep backing off for now. Unfortunately, my team is not really maintaining B-Cap, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's get the shots out at the Amagi and see if I can... Yep, I've got another heal coming up. Let's see if I can get myself back into B-Cap. Now, ideally, in this sort of situation, I should have been just staying back and long range, but must control capture circle, that's the urge. And if you have paid attention to the minimap, which I have clearly not while I was playing, there was a Kagero spotted for a second or two. There he is, just around B-Cap. There's Admiral Hippa, there's the Kagero over there. So I'm not really noticing the Kagero, and that I am straight engine boosting into B-Cap while shooting at the Hippa. Now I notice him and oh crap, load the high explosive, I'm being rushed by a Kagero. So full on reverse, panic mode, and now the question is, can I dodge between the Kagero's torpedoes? Because the torpedoes will come. Now I can one-shot the Kagero, I'm going to go bow in towards the Kagero. If I'm lucky and I can dodge between the torpedoes, okay, Kagero is dead, but if I can dodge between the torpedoes, then I will survive. If I will be hit by the torpedoes, then the Hippa is going to finish me off. And unfortunately, it looks like the torpedoes are coming just at an angle where I cannot avoid the gap, which means I don't have enough hit points to defend myself against Hippa here. And that was a slightly premature end to this little adventure. But we're a kill ahead. We're holding all 3 capture circles now, thanks to my efforts. And there's 2 cruisers, a battleship and a destroyer we don't know about. So, man, you want to be careful with that Miyoko over there. That thing's got torpedoes. And, man, there's a Miyoko over there. Okay, so he noticed that the Miyoko is there. That's also a cruiser. Yeah, they do that to you. But the Miyoko has forgotten that Mayan has torpedoes and runs into all of them, so that all worked out. Scratch 1 Miyoko. We still have a Rook. Where's that Atlantico of ours? Haven't seen much of it. And that Rook's still full hit points, interestingly enough. So the Hippa and the New Orleans are now duking it out. My money is on the Hippa, to be honest. There's a Lightning, which looks to be AFK. Has gone AFK. But there's still a Rook in there. And Atlantico is playing well outside secondary range to be safe. While there he is, not a single scratch on the paintwork. Now going up against the Rook, so well, at least he can do some good there. I know the Lightning wasn't AFK, so they're 2 kills down. We're holding 3 of the capture circles, so it's very unlikely that my team can still manage to throw that. Atlantico shoots at the Hippo, manages to miss most of the shots. New Orleans has gotten away, preserving the points. Well done. And Hippa is now going to die to, actually to Takao shells, because Atlantico is hiding behind an island, because there's a Rook in there and they're scary. That is not how you Atlant, Chico. Anyway, yeah, that rook is now very much alone against the rest. So, yes, that's why I love my my Richelieu. Even if I'm, dying sometimes by not paying attention or being too aggressive, I feel like I've still done enough. I've taken down a fair amount of things, and although I've just gotten the kill on the cargo, rook is avoiding the torpedoes. But you've dealt a fair amount of damage, and it's just a very reliable ship. And even though she doesn't have the greatest firepower, she doesn't have the greatest armor, the forward turret placement is just so much fun. And commiserations to the rook player. He knows how to avoid torpedoes, but obviously he's now very alone against all of these guys and has no chance of winning. So, yeah, that is my Richelieu, and I'm quite happy to have finally managed to grind my way up to APCS, which is throwing a consistently enjoyable amount of citadels my way. And even though I actually died halfway through the game, I still managed to come out on top of the enemy team, so the friendly team, and the enemy team as well, but the friendly team. Because of course, But yeah, that's the Richelieu for you. Yeah. Anyway, and that's all I had for today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.